let's get started with the show that started it all, Arrow. Now, as I said before, Arrow is based on the DC comic character Green Arrow. And this show stars Stephen Amell as Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow. So this was the first superhero show they did after Smallville, and it wasn't connected to Smallville. They said it was a totally separate thing. Of course, now with the way they've set up this new world, we know that it's just a different universe from the Smallville universe, because there was Green Arrow in Smallville. Different actor, different version of Green Arrow. So this is going to be the final season for Arrow, which is kind of fitting. It really is, and it kind of like makes you think of Endgame as how. Spoilers, if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, I'm sure you have by now. If you're not, here we go. Iron Man, Tony Stark, dies at the end of Avengers Endgame to beat Thanos and save the universe. And, and it's fitting. It was fitting that the superhero that started the MCU would finish its biggest movie to date, the movie that they're building up to. And it seems like that's what the intention is with Arrow. Arrow's having its final season. The final episode will take place after the Crisis event. But yeah, this season of Arrow has been about Oliver getting ready for what's coming. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I think this whole thing of being the final season, him preparing for the Crisis event, it's working very well with the show. And I'm going to explain why. But first off, we're going to start on a little minor note. So this is happening with a lot of the heroes on their various shows. Oliver has gotten a new Green Arrow costume for this final season, and I really like it. I think it's I think it looks really great on him. And if you've been watching Arrow, you remember what his original suit looks like, and you know what his previously current suit looks like. Very different designs, but I like this one a lot because it looks like more of a natural evolution from his original outfit. It definitely is reminiscent of it, with some touches of the updated one he eventually got. But I just think it looks nice, and I'm pretty sure that's probably the point of the costume, is to make you think of like his older costume, but still look new and fresh at the same time. Plus, he has gotten a hold of his old bow, and he's been using that. So there's definitely thinking back to Arrow's history, and that's definitely been part of it. So as we learned during the season finale last season on Arrow, in order to save the Flash and Supergirl during the Elseworlds crossover event, Oliver made a deal with the Monitor to basically be his servant and complete certain tasks and missions in order to help prevent the crisis. So he's basically the Monitor's slave in a way. Not that he would have a choice other way, since the Monitor, like I said, is like a cosmic being. He's basically a space god. But anyway, so he has to prepare for this event. And the way they've been doing this season is Oliver is retreading old places, old events. Each episode is basically a condensed homage to a certain season or a certain big stories from Arrow over these past 7-8 seasons. And the first episode is basically a condensed version of the first season of Arrow. You have Oliver returning from the island. You have him reconnecting with friends and family. You have him trying to figure out who's trying to destroy the city. But we got twists and turns because he's not actually on our Earth. He's on Earth 2, which was introduced in Season 2 of The Flash. So things are a little different. It's not exactly the same. But it's really cool because they recreate certain scenes. And like I said, things are different because it's not only a different Earth, but it takes place, still 7 years later after when he originally returned on his Earth. So they've got some nice little things. We see some returning characters. John Barrowman is there. It's always nice to see him, which, by the way, John Barrowman was recently in a severe accident, and he's in the hospital. And I hope and wish for a speedy recovery for him because he's a great guy, great actor. John Barrowman, we all love you. Speedy recovery, man. We hope you're going to be fine real soon. So he's trying to. So you see Oliver trying to do what he did before, but at the same time trying to complete the mission with the Monitor. He's trying to be, but he's a Green Arrow. He's a hero. I mean, vigilante is a term they use in the show, which that fits Oliver a little better because he's a little bit more of a darker hero, but he's a hero nonetheless. And if his friends and family are in trouble, he's got to help them. So he's still trying to be the Green Arrow, but be the Monitor's servant at the same time. And it's really stressing him out because he left his wife, he left his newly born daughter to complete this mission to save the universe. This is it. This is the end all be all. Either he figures this out or everything's screwed. Everything. And like I said, we see him venture to other places. Each episode is like a different point in his own personal history. And we see him go to back on Mars. We see him go to China and Russia, where he reconnects with characters like Katana and Anatoly. And that's great. And I really enjoy that because it's like we're going through Arrow's history. So it's kind of like a fan service, but well done fan service because, it's going back, but new fresh coat of paint, new ways to approach things. And it's also for Oliver to probably get certain closure with certain characters here and there that he may not have necessarily gone in the past. Plus, as us an audience, we get to say goodbye to certain characters that we're probably not going to see again because they're so tightly associated with the Arrow show that it's unlikely that they're going to pop up on, say, Supergirl or Flash or Legends. It's not impossible, but I would find it unlikely. Anyway. And I got to give it up to Stephen Amell. I think this guy, over these past 8 seasons, has proven that he is a really good actor. He's definitely the heart and soul of the show. He carries everything. He's given great performances, whether he's like, the brooding, angry, forceful, vigilante protecting his city, or, he's a man going on a journey trying to crawl out of his own darkness that was seeped into him during the 5 years that he was gone from his city, and he was turned from a rich, spoiled brat into a cold-hearted killer, and of course, as we went through the show, becoming the hero vigilante that has saved Star City I don't know how many times. So I really got to give props to Stephen Amell. I think he's done a great job, and I am going to be sad to see him go when this show is over. And I know he's got some other ventures going on, including a little movie with his cousin. It's like a sci-fi movie about like people with superpowers, so I'm really excited to see that. Yeah. All right. So anyway, as far as I'm concerned, this final season of Arrow, which is only going to have 10 episodes, we got one more episode left before. Well, we only got 1 or 2 more episodes left before Crisis. And yeah, I think this really helped the show to make this final season so short, because usually each season is about, 22 episodes, give or take an episode. But having everything condensed into 10 episodes, keeping it on track, to the point, no filler, everything's leading up, him having to figure out how is he going to prevent this crisis event, can he trust the Monitor, because he really doesn't know anything about the Space God guy. I think it's all working out great, and I'm just really excited. I'm excited to see how the show ends, but not excited because I don't want it to end, especially how good it's going now, because the show hasn't always had the greatest seasons. I think most of the fans would agree the best seasons so far have been 1, 2, and 5. That seems to be the general consensus. Other seasons have been either okay or, that was rough. But this final season is going fantastic, and I'm really glad it is, because this show has meant a lot to a lot of people. I really think it's great, and so if you haven't gotten caught up on this current season of Arrow, please do. I think you're going to be very happy. Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to see a full episode, I live stream over on Facebook. And of course, don't forget to click subscribe and check out some more videos.